Well, as you know, every Tuesday we do take a look at what's happening in technology under our segment known as Techxpo. And in this edition of Techxpo, we focus on Ushahidi. Established in 2008, Ushahidi Data Company was developed to map reports of violence in Kenya after the post-election violence. Started by 4 tech-savvy individuals, the company has grown to generate $750,000 in annual revenue. On this edition of Techxpo, Doreen Biira spoke to 2 of the directors of this Kenyan-invented data technology company, headquartered in Nairobi, that is now accessible to over 17 million people around the globe.
My name is Angela Oduor Lungati. I'm the Director of Community Engagement at Ushahidi. My work largely involves developing programs to encourage developers in our open source ecosystem.
My name is Doreen Biira. I'm the Interim Executive Director at Ushahidi. And this has been a very exciting year for us at Ushahidi.
Ushahidi was born out of the post-election violence that broke out back in 2007. Most of us were stuck in our houses, not really knowing what was happening across the entire country, either because the media wasn't really able to get the stories from everywhere, and the government was also trying to downplay how severe the situation was. So what Juliana, Eric, David, and Ori did was set up a web platform that would allow for ordinary Kenyans to raise their voices and share messages around human rights violations, property loss, and death. So basically create a better situational awareness of what was going on in different pockets of the country and have that visualized on a map from people basically sending in SMS messages.
So Ushahidi has a long history of working for high-profile clients with heavy data demands. The World Bank in Beijing, for example, Al Jazeera across the African continent, and even high-profile campaigns such as the Obama campaign in the United States. We believe that the world sees value in a technology company that creates product for social good, and we believe that we can stay true to our mission by remaining financially sustainable.
We've seen the platform being used in more than 150 countries in the last 7 years and translated into more than 50 languages for a wide variety of use cases. Over time, we've also seen it being used a lot for human rights mapping, for any citizen journalism initiatives, as well as election monitoring. Ways that the platform gives out information. So let's say you're in Nepal and you want to know what's happening around me. You can sign up for what we call alerts, right? You select a particular radius, let's say 100 kilometers, select your location, give in a phone number and email address, and actually select the categories of information that you want to receive. So anytime a report goes live on the map that's tied within the criteria you selected, then you get a message that comes back to you. But it's something that's picking up in Kenya and in Africa as we move along, especially with this information revolution age with better access to internet.
Last year we were looking at about $750,000. This year we're looking at growing that revenue to well over $1 million. And next year, especially that we've launched this software as a service model, it keeps growing and growing until eventually, we're hoping to hit the 3-4 million per year revenue mark.
In total, since the launch in 2008, there are over 90,000 Ushahidi deployments, with over 32 different maps viewed daily, reaching over 6.5 million people on a daily basis, the equivalent of the population of Sierra Leone in Africa. 17 million people by Ushahidi report, justifying its global presence as a data technology company. Doreen Biira for Techxpo.